When you think of Scotland, many things come to mind. The iconic sounds of the music, the best golf courses in the world.
Oh, brilliant. I'll take it.
And of course, the country's signature spirit, Scotch. At Glengoyne, they've been distilling some of the finest single malt whiskies since 1833, and only in Scotland can you produce Scotch. With my guide Jim Carney, that legendary process begins with malted barley and a mill.
It's grinding it down, and we call this grist.
So you want it into like a really fine powder?
Yeah, it contains flour, husks, and also something called grits, which is the sugary element, and it's this we mix with hot water.
That mixture, known as a mash, is made in the mash tun tanks. Great smell. I mean,
it's a lovely smell. It's a great smell. It stays in here for about 7.5 hours, and at the end of which we will have around about 20,000 litres of a brown sugary liquid, which is called wort.
That wort travels to the upper tun room,
where we create alcohol for the first time. We actually ferment by adding yeast.
And then that spirit is piped into the beautiful copper stills, where it's vaporized to increase both its alcohol and flavor.
After the first distillation, the alcohol has now reached about 25%, and after the second distillation, it's reached about 72%. So really, really strong.
Oh,
really
goodness,
high.
Yeah. It's like 144 proof.
Very, very strong.
Why is there such a big tradition of whiskey in Scotland?
And it just seems to have evolved over the years as the drink of Scotland. You need a good water supply, and Scotland has always had excellent water, no matter where you go.
Wow. Are all of these full?
Yeah, you can smell that aroma as you come in.
The next and the last part of the process is patience, and it's the defining ingredient. What's poured into the cherry oak casks will be sealed away to mature for at least a decade.
And it's the casks that has the influence in the whiskey. It's given it all its colour inside here, and it's given it 70% of its flavours. This is the most important part of the process.
Breathing it's nice, but what about tasting?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alan, my friend, I come bearing gifts.
Enter.
Known as one of the most beautiful castles in Scotland, Glamis Castle has a fascinating history filled with legends and myths. Once home to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, there are stories of death, murder, and even a card game played with the devil himself. And though anyone now can visit, the stories still being told deserve a warm fire and a stiff drink.
Smells delicious. Cheers.
I'm going to check this off my bucket list. Sitting with Alan Cumming, drinking 21-year-old scotch by a fire in one of Scotland's most famous landmarks.
You made some very good whiskey, George.
Oh, I think I have a knack for it.
I think you do.
This is quite romantic.
Well, thank you, George. I'm flattered, but actually it's not, really, when you think about where we are. Glamis Castle in Macbeth. Macbeth was the Earl of Glamis. So here, Duncan comes here to stay the night, and that's when Lady Macbeth persuades Macbeth to kill Duncan.
Oh, so this was the castle?
This is the venue where...
Macbeth kills Duncan.
So downstairs, there's a room that's purported to be the room where it actually happened.
Should we go explore?
Let's. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness that should attend it. But thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily, wouldst not play false, and yet would wrongly win. Thou'dst have, great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. So this is it.
This is Duncan's chamber?
This was Duncan's chamber. Dead, dead Duncan, in this very room. Here's to Duncan.
Here's to Duncan. Rest in peace.